Welcome to the Homies Overtime. I am going to be your host driving this tonight. Brandon Harry, aka B Dirt, here with the fellas Tate, Big-G, and Pay. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's cracking, bro? What's going on with you?
Not much. Hey, listen, if you were with us for the first episode, you noticed things got a little heated. Big-G got a little bit off on a tangent, and he forgot to talk about some algorithms. We need to get those algorithms up. So if you guys could take a second, hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe, notifications, hit that share button, make a comment, leave a 5-star review. Any of the above will help us out, and we appreciate you for it. We got a lot of, or else. You can't threaten people during the holidays, man. Come on.
You're right. You're right.
There's a holiday spirit in that.
You've got to January 2nd.
Okay. Fair. That's fair. So I wanted to ask you guys your Netflix experience on Christmas Day. Keep the outcome of the game out of this conversation, please. But just as far as how Netflix was getting to the games, the streaming service itself, because Netflix has had some issues with streaming large events and whatnot. What did you think just about the event and how it went? Pay? Didn't hear a lot from you the first one. I'll let you start this one off for me. What'd you think? How'd it go?
I'm the wrong person to ask to start this. I was supposed to come in the rear. No Diddy. The reason being is that I didn't watch Netflix. I don't have a Netflix account. I have an NFL Plus account, which is about the same amount as Netflix. I don't know if Netflix has went up recently, but my NFL Plus experience, immaculate. It was pristine. Had no issues whatsoever. The only issue I have with NFL Plus, it doesn't have a corresponding TV app. So you can only watch it on your phone or on your laptop/tablet. So I had to watch those two beautiful NFL games to kick off the fantasy football championships. I had to watch those on a tablet, and I had to watch the NBA on my 22-inch Samsung device. So that's how I'd spent my Christmas.
Like you can't, can you take it from your phone and project, like, you know how you can share things up to it won't let you?
No, you cannot. The NFL don't play those games.
They figured out how not to let that happen.
The NFL
Not
is
even
the best tech people in the world.
Not even an HDMI cord?
You can. I don't have the adapter, right?
Okay.
I have the HDMI cord. I don't have an adapter that will connect to the. I'm ashamed to say it. The iPad?
The Big Apple. The Big Apple.
Say less. All right, Big G. How was did you watch it on Netflix first of all, and second of all, how was your experience?
It was pretty well. I'm pretty well done. I think Netflix stepped their game up definitely from the Tyson fight. You know, there wasn't a lot of buffering. It was live. It was right there on point. I think the commentary was good and camera angles and everything. It was a pretty good experience for me on Netflix. Right. Serviceable to CBS or NBC or ESPN.
Comparable.
Yeah, I thought it was very. Again, I was concerned because of all the buffering for that Tyson fight. I was really concerned that we were gonna have buffering during the football games, which I don't get down with. Tate, similar question to you. How did you watch the games and how was it taken? And did you see any of the numbers that were reported by Netflix as far as viewership for this?
Yeah, man. I watched it not at home. I was over my sister's house for the holidays. She had a brunch, and I didn't leave there till a little bit after the Steelers game. I was over there like from 11 o'clock to about 5:30ish. But my experience as far as the watch was good. We turned the volume down. We were, kids were opening gifts and, playing games. I was parked sitting right in front of the TV. As far as the buffering, I didn't have any. It played clear. It wasn't interrupted. It was a much better Netflix experience than the Tyson fight. But we're talking about Netflix. They got bread. So we knew they were going to work out any glitches from the Tyson fight back in, was that October or November? But we knew they were going to work out whatever stuff they had going on. They're going to work it out for the Christmas Day NFL games on Netflix, and they
I mean, they
did.
had to, right? I mean,
had
the
to, that's what I'm
NFL wasn't
saying.
going to play with them.
Right. If they want to get more business, they had to. Sadly, I didn't watch any of the Ravens Houston Texas games, so I missed the Beyonce concert. But my wife has of course let me know it's upload. I told her it's going to be up on Netflix by itself. They're going to cut it. They're going to put Beyonce's concert on where you can watch only that. So that's up and going now, and it set a streaming record: 65 million viewers. Netflix did the most streaming viewers all time. In comparable day, LeBron said after the Lakers Golden State game that the Christmas Day is NBA's day. Well, numbers say different, LeBron.
Big
So
facts.
we'll get into that, I'm sure.
The numbers I saw from Netflix were reported were 24.1 million for the Chiefs Steelers game and 24.3 million, roughly, rounding those, for the Ravens Texans game. I didn't see the 60, but I don't know where the sources were from or whatever. I've seen multiple things, and I'll get into this in a second. I also don't know how much I trust those because it's not really a regulated way of doing those reports.
So Netflix has always been like Nazi Russia with those streaming numbers. They're the only ones that have the numbers. They don't allow anybody else to know the numbers. They only tell you what they want you to know. So if they tell you 25 million watch the NFL games, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not calling them a liar, but it has been questioned before why, they would say something has had all these views at a record debut, and then they cancel it 6 weeks later. Why did you cancel something that had a record viewing appearance? I don't know. Netflix, maybe it's not what you say it is, but again, grain of salt.
But Netflix got the contract for 3 years, so it don't even matter. It's 3 years in a row. They got the contract.
They're just known to fluff the numbers. I'm not.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Maybe that's what where their goal is. The numbers that they put out there, and they hope by the end of the 3 years they'll have that because they got the contract.
Fraud is their goal.
Fraud is the goal, man. I love it.
Hey, I don't know, but the 3 years they got the contract. They're gonna have the Christmas series with the candy canes on the thing, and the two teams will switch off, and that's how they play for the next 3 years. So they have the contract.
Hey, so let me see if I get this right. Brother man from fifth floor. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Fifth floor?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He had a comment back here. It said, how did you feel about the Beyonce halftime show? We know that Tate didn't see it. Big G, did you have a take on the Beyonce halftime show?
The volume was down, and my wife and daughter and my sister and one of my cousins and the ladies was really watching it. Me and the fellas were sitting off in the corner. I kept glancing at it, but from what they said, it was an outstanding halftime show. I probably, like Tate said, it's clipped and cut. So one of these days while I'm on vacation, I'm not really doing anything. I'll flip over to Netflix and watch it. Just actually pay attention to it because I like music, but not all like that. Especially with the music they got out now. I'm an old school music guy.
You guys are so old. So what you're telling me is, G, when you finally have an off day, you finally sit back, relax, and you'll get some clear mind. You're going to go watch Beyonce on Netflix. That's what you're telling me?
I might click over there and swing and watch it. It ain't no big deal.
All right, Tim Lyons. I hope you heard that. Tim Lyons. I hope you heard that.
And I'm not an old guy. I'm not an old guy.
The oldest guy.
Yeah, but not by heart or spirit or music taste. I just didn't get to watch it. During my sports, the only halftime show I'm interested in is the Super Bowl halftime show. So
that's facts. That's it. I'm not watching that now.
Get rid of that. Now I will go back and look at Beyonce, but I didn't care about it the day. I didn't even care about that game once we lost. And it wasn't a game. It was terrible. Well, neither was the Steelers game. But yeah.
I did get to watch it. I was actually kind of looking forward to it, but I don't understand the whole Beyonce gone country, Post Malone gone country, this whole thing, everybody doing this crossover country stuff. It gets lost on me most of the time. The one guy I think's kind of pulled it off. It is bread. It's all about bread, Big G. But the one guy I think's kind of pulled it off is Jelly Roll.
Isn't he traditionally country though?
No, he started as a rap artist. And was fledgling career. You can look at some old stuff from him. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I just I don't know. I feel like Jelly Roll's more like Southern rock to me than traditional country, and I think he's got his own little niche. But I just Beyonce doing country, it's not believable to me. The whole
she got nominated for a Grammy.
I don't care.
11,
you know how many Grammy winners
11.
I've got zero respect for? Like that ain't nothing
But
about what I like.
That meant the country genre respected it and they liked it though.
I'm talking about me personally, Tate. I don't understand it. I didn't like it. I don't think she pulls it off. I wish she would have done some of her older music because I think she's very talented. She has a great voice. I don't know.
So this is her second album. Inside went for her country, I guess, rebrand. You're right, B. Well, I say you're right, but I agree with you, B. I'm not into the whole, everybody doing the country thing now. It's not my taste. I'm not mad at country, but it's just not for me. I'm from the city. But
your family is from the country. I'm going back to your grandmother.
Nothing to do with me. I'm from the city, so it's not something I've ever listened to. But Beyonce makes, she is a brand. She makes trends, and when she went country, everybody else went country too because they knew just follow the wave. And she's a trendsetter in the biggest of ways. So I'm a rock. If she loves it and the Beehive love it, so what? I'm with it.
I did see a comment that said that the Beehive now has declared that she is better than Michael Jackson ever was.
That's the conversation I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not getting into that one.
Yeah, there's not a chance.
As a performer, as a trendsetter, as a generational talent in the live aspect, debatable.
I don't know if it's debatable. It's just so many different ways to get your music and stream things and download things.
I said perform. I ain't saying nothing about selling records.
Well, as a performer, I mean, I think Michael Jackson is king. I mean, Beyonce is up there for is she even, will we even say she's a better performer than Taylor Swift?
Are you talking about numbers wise or as far as like
numbers wise?
Okay, numbers wise, you can drill that down. So you can have to look into that. But I definitely think both of them sell out as soon as they put up. So
yeah, I agree.
So with that being said, I think they are very much close to each other. If not, I don't think one's washes the other. But for that same respect, and you agreed, it is debatable. Beyonce is in that conversation.
I'm not going to go see either one of them. Tate did put up the 65 million viewers combined for the Chiefs Steelers and the Ravens Texans game came from Bleacher Report. The numbers right now after the NBA viewing is down 48%. I got this from Say Cheese DG. Down 48% since 2012. Viewing is down 28% this year. But the NBA had its most watched Christmas game in 5 years at 7.8 million and 8.3 million, respectively. Oh, we got Fifth Floor is back. Not debatable. Beyonce cannot.
And I agree with him.
Don't go there.
I agree with him.
Can you re-say where you got that? Where you got those stats from?
I think it was Say Cheese DG.
Say Cheese DG. All right, I'm gonna go.
I think the NBA is down 48% overall.
Just so you know,
season?
it was that was a retweet on a bigger brand, but the actual name was from them.
I think,
and that's
like I said,
at DG. at
I
Stacey's
think
on
the
Twitter.
NBA is down 48% year over
viewership.
year from this time last year in viewership. I don't know what the other games did. The Laker Golden State Warrior game when LeBron said the Christmas Day is our day. The NBA, but they had 8 million point some viewers, 8 point some million viewers. 8.3, yeah.
Yeah. So the best year they've had 5 years. Now, here's the other thing. Did it get leaked at 48 million viewers and then go up to 65 million viewers because, Netflix wanted to be that much bigger than the NBA? I don't know. Like, I don't trust any of the Netflix numbers.
Wait a second. I might have blacked out. You might have said it. It was a total between the two games of 65 million for the NFL, right? So what was the total across the 5 games for the NBA?
Well, at 8 million, the Lakers Warriors was the most viewed one. So if you take those times 5, that's still only 40. And the other ones didn't get to 8 million.
No, that was the most viewed. The second most viewed was 7.8. I had the top 2. So, but still a good day for them. My question, I think, is I actually thought the NBA games were better games. There were some really good games. And what was your take on the NBA and LeBron making the comment about the NFL stay away from Christmas is ours? Like, Big-G.
He's a hater. He's a hater.
Do you think that will the NFL now go after it stronger because of the comments?
Yeah.
Or
he's a hater. LeBron is a hater.
Anyway.
Yeah, LeBron is a hater. And if you got that big, first of all, let's just speak facts. The best 2 teams didn't even play on the Christmas Day slate. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder didn't even play. So that right there hurt it. And then number 2, they don't belong to you. It's free market. We live in a free America. And if you could put a product out there that people are going to watch, they're going to watch it. Like I said, Netflix has a 3-year deal. There's going to be Christmas games on Netflix for the next 3 years, guaranteed. So NBA, step your game up, get a better where people really want to watch it, and then become competitive. If not, you're going to take the backseat to the NFL and not a college football playoff too. You hit.
Well,
you better step your game up.
The NBA won't even jump until college football is over. So around All-Star break, the NBA will jump. But LeBron said, I love the NFL, respect to it. He wasn't hating. I think we throw that term around too loosely. He wasn't hating. He said,
we don't. He does.
He said, but the Christmas Day is the NBA because they've been doing it for 20 years. I get it. If you
60 years.
Okay, well, I wasn't watching it 60 years ago. I'm saying I know it'd be a big deal on TV and stuff, at least for the last 20, but maybe last 30 years. But so I don't think he was hating. And I think that football is king. Football is just king. So when they're up against each other, football's always going to win. I don't care if it was the Seattle-Chicago game that played the other night, Thursday night. The NFL was going to win that too.
Yeah. Oh, that was a terrible game.
That's fact.
Do you know? Speaking of your timeline on the NBA, do you know what happened 21 years ago on Christmas Day for the NBA? A young man made his debut with 34 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Don't tell me. 21 years ago?
Yep.
So it would have been 2003? Yep. Must have been LB the King.
Yeah, this year he had 31 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block.
Wait. Now I know who it is. What was his rookie numbers on Christmas?
34 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 21 years later, he has 31 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block.
So numbers were better at LeBron to be 40 in a few days.
That's a bad man.
That's a bad man. Yeah, I'm with you, B-Dirt.
You could argue is whoever you want to, whoever's the best of all time. No one's doing what LeBron has done 21 years later in the league.
All them Bulls haters. talk that yak about LBJ. They don't want to give him no props. All them Bulls haters.
Hey, listen, in a single game for all the marbles, and we're picking our teams, and I'm a captain and you're a captain, and all the NBA greats of all time are lined up. I'm taking Michael Jordan first. Don't get it twisted, but I think the greatest player of all time is a different caveat, and I give LBJ the nod because of the career.
I'm not taking Jordan first.
But if I'm taking one guy for one game,
you ain't taking Jordan first, Pay? Who you taking?
Jordan first.
Who you taking?
I'm taking LeBron first.
That's what I'm talking about, Pay. That's what I'm talking about.
Not for me. Not for one game. All the
Pay, our takes are starting to merge a lot, man. I mean, I done came over to the light with the Bears. I done came over to the light with the Bears, and listen, man, stuff done changed up, man.
It's that multiverse, man.
Yeah, it is, man. We're in a different universe.
I don't know what it is, but I think this is a good time for us to take a quick break here from our sponsors and let Pay look up where he can get some counseling about that. But we'll be right back after these messages. If you have a second, please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, that share, that comment. Leave us that 5-star review. We'll be right back after these messages. And we are back. Get those algorithms up. Hey, what were you saying?
You know what's annoying on YouTube? I'm about to get inundated with a lot more BetterHelp ads just because you said that word. Thanks a lot, B-Dirt.
You're welcome. You are very welcome. Biggie Bronco says you put Michael Jordan in today's game. He's averaging 50 points a night.
I hate.
I love this. This is so fun.
That's fine. That's fine.
You can't quantify this at all. It's the greatest argument.
Exactly. And let's subtract and put LeBron in his prime in today's NBA. 50.
Listen, there is
50, 20, and 11. When he was a young fella, 40, I say 40, 22, and 11 every night. Every night, man.
Hey.
Make him young in today's game, he would kill people.
Hey, man, you know what? So I'm going to say this, man. No Diddy. I love Big G, man.
Seriously,
I love his boldness just to go out there and go where no man's ever gone before, Captain Kirk.
Man, I'll tell you right now, they always bring Jordan back in his prime. Put LeBron in his prime now.
Well, bring Jordan to this league right now at 39. What would he do?
We already saw what he did.
Big G, listen, Big G would have to. Every time he parks, he pulls up and hits the curb. He's that guy that scrapes the front of a car just a little too far and then back off a little bit.
Make LBJ a pup now. Make him like 24 or 25 years old.
All right. Well,
50.
We're on the NBA. Let's run it. Let's run it through. Get through this, and then we'll do our picks. I had the NBA biggest is what I sent out to you. I'm gonna give each one of you one subject. I'm going to let you pick which one it is, actually. Tate, I'm going to let you go first. Do you want to give me the NBA's biggest surprise? Do you want to give me the NBA's biggest disappointment so far or the biggest Fugazi?
I get the biggest disappointment. That's easy to me. The Philadelphia 76ers.
Trash.
Terrible. Pick to be among the East best. Joel Embiid is more washed than Russell Wilson, not Westbrook. Russell Wilson. He doesn't impact winning. He'll get numbers when he's healthy. He don't impact winning. That's why he's never been to a conference final, let alone a championship. I mean, so yeah. They signed Paul George. Seems to be a waste of money as of right now. He's only getting older. They need to build around Tyrone Maxey and make some moves if they can. I mean, I think Embiid's still tradable to a team that's trying to win now. I think they could use him. Get off of him. Pause. Go ahead and see what you can get for Paul George. and rebuild because you're not doing nothing this year, and you don't want to be stuck with both those guys a year later. So Philly is the biggest disappointment to me.
I think you're 100% right. I do have a little bit of an OLI, kind of what you guys' take on. I thought the Kings would actually make a little bit more progress this year, and they've done the exact opposite and just fired their coach.
Mike Brown has a fireable face. He always gets fired.
But didn't you think that team could make a step up in the West? I thought they would get a little bit better, not a lot worse.
I did think that myself. I mean, I figured they were in the 6 to 8 range as far as the playoff seeding went. They were just right there at a little better than playing team. Maybe they slide back into the playing game, but I thought they were there. I didn't think they would be where they are.
I agree. All right, Pay, I'm gonna let you pick. NBA's biggest surprise or biggest Fugazi?
The NBA's biggest surprise. I'm going to go right back out to the East. The NBA's biggest surprise is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers have the best record still after Christmas. I don't think anybody saw that coming. I would just go ahead. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. That's the biggest surprise. It's also the biggest, you know what? But shout out to them. They've been rocking. They've been rocking.
Pay.
Rocking poop.
Pay.
That's bias.
Pay.
B, did you? B,
Pay.
is this a collaborative effort?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
Pay. I'm whispering to you, man.
I mean, hey,
shout out to Central Showdown.
Oh yeah, shout out to that show.
Hey, that's bias, man.
Found everywhere.
Listen, I think everybody thought that Cleveland was a good team last year that was possibly going to make some steps up. But I don't think anybody thought they were going to be hands down number one team in the league right now, especially with record. I don't think that was Big G. I don't think anybody had them pegged to do that. I mean, you do, but you think the Steelers are winning the Super Bowl every year too.
Well, he didn't think that either because he's a Knicks fan. Just point that out.
No, I'm saying that based on what the Cavs showed last year, coaching.
They look soft as baby poo in the playoffs. Is what
better coaching, and help towards this season. No, they got a brand new coach. What do you mean?
I need some help here. The
biggest surprise is the Houston Rockets. That's the biggest surprise. No,
that wasn't your question.
It definitely wasn't, but
correct. I got to deal with the Fugazi question.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Before
I should have took Fugazi. Man, I'm mad.
Before you do that, we've got the brother man, Fifth Floor. He's got another super chat. We appreciate you. Allowing NBA players to not play is a disgrace. Load management sucks. Period.
Agreed. Which is why the NFL will always be king. I said this last Sunday in the Know It All. NFL players go out there with broke arms and club casts and get shot up to go out there and play. And NBA players need a break. Give me a break.
Well,
no pun intended.
It's also because of what each one of those games means. When you only got 16, 17 game seasons, losing one or two games could mean you ain't in or you're getting a worse seed or whatever. Like the game to game, I think, is a little more important.
Well, hold on. I got two things to that. One, B, I disagree with you. 1 to 2 games does not make your season because our two other co-hosts said after a 3-game losing streak in September for the Bengals, their season was over. Season is not over. Am I right? All right. Second thing.
No, it's over.
I hate when Amazon, FedEx, and the rest of them can't deliver my packages when I want them delivered, right? However, I ain't doing their job. So I don't know what type of issues or errors is going on that's stopping them from getting stuff done on my time. I ain't going out there and delivering that stuff in the snow. I used to have a FedEx job delivering in the hood. Finding parking spaces around all them buildings, not for me, especially with TVs in the back and everybody waiting on you to leave. Not for me. So since I wouldn't do their job, I can't tell them that they need to do their job better. Same goes for the NBA players.
All right, G. Fugazi, who you got?
The Miami Heat.
Ooh.
So you
The
don't
Miami
think
Heat.
they're
The Miami Heat are under
playoff
500, aren't
team?
they?
No, they're over
Yeah, but they're
500.
still in the middle of the playoffs.
They're 15-13. The Miami Heat.
500 team.
Yeah, the Miami Heat. If a couple of those teams in the East would just be better, like Philadelphia, like if Brooklyn could ever put a team together, like the Pacers. Detroit. Shout out to B-Dirt, your Detroit Pistons. They're playing.
That's
They play a little bit of basketball right now.
OLI surprise they're playing.
Yeah, they play a little bit of basketball. So if the East could get better, Miami's not that team anymore. Buckets wants out of there. He's rescinding now, saying he don't want out of there. But 3 days ago, get me out of there. Get me out of there. So Miami is not for real. It's smoke and mirrors for Miami. They're going to be first. If they make it, they're going in the play-in. If they make it that far, they're out of here, man. They're not for real.
All right. So obviously, gentlemen, when I'm not around, I'm still listening. I did have one thing. You guys talked about quarterbacks from Pennsylvania, from Cali, from different regions, and where the best quarterbacks come from. You know, I'm living here now, but I ain't from here. But I'm gonna stand up for Western PA, Pittsburgh here.
Dogs
from the Pittsburgh.
But we were talking Super Bowl winners, B-Dirt. Go ahead.
Okay. Super Bowl winners or just played in them?
Winners.
Okay. I was just going with the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So Jim Kelly and Dan Marino from Pittsburgh are OLI because they've been to them but ain't won them.
Right.
Joe Namath.
Oh, Namath, not Joe Montana. Yeah, Namath. Joe
Montana is also.
Yeah, Montana from over there too.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
Yep. He's just east of the city, northwest of the city, excuse me. And Johnny Unitas.
Dogs.
Got some NFL championships, right?
All from the Pittsburgh area.
Man, you just named off probably 5 of the top 10.
It's pretty boss. And listen,
that's dogs.
You get into who else is Revis Island, Mike Ditka,
Tony Dorsett.
Gronkowski ended up coming here for his last season or two of high school. Like there's some Tony Dorsett. There's some beast players from out of here. Curtis Martin. Like Pittsburgh's got some hell of high school football. All right, so I am keeping our running
Micah
list.
Parsons.
I am keeping our running list of where our standings are every week. Oh, I'm proud of you, Big G, because you've finally seen the light and are starting to listen to pay a little bit more. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Claude Bishop. The Bishop of the Matrix.
We're about to merge like Super Saiyans.
Whoa.
The Super Saiyans, man. Not no Diddy. That's Super Saiyan. You got to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
I'm not merging with no man.
Super Saiyans, man. They power up.
Sounds too close to talking for me.
I might do the Wonder Twins. They just bump fists. I don't know what Super Saiyans do.
What? All right. We're gonna get into our NFL picks. We're gonna try and stay on the tracks here a little bit.
You guys are a little too friendly for me.
I will let everybody in here. We've updated. Pay and I went through and updated the standings. We're going just by percentage because I've missed some time where you guys have actually picked, and there's also been some other ones where we don't have the same amount of games basically. Big G, you are at 48% right now on your picks. You've gotten 48% of your picks right. You're only one under 500. Still in the hunt. Tate, 53%, and still the anomaly of 3 ties this season. Good job. I am third at 57% and have had 1, 2, 3 straight really good weeks in order to get back to that. I started off pretty slow, but then went 3-0, 2-1, 3-1. And then Pay, you're holding on at 59% of your picks, still in first place. So I've got it in order of me first, G second, Pay third, Tate fourth. That's the number of picks that we've done so far this year. So if there's extra bonus picks, I'll get it. G will get it. So on and so forth. I've got
It
these.
it should be even now, right? 16 games every week.
It's not. There's one. There's one more. I have one extra.
Oh, that's because they played already this week.
Yeah. This week's a little bit off. All right. So I'm going to start it off, and you'll be able to tell when you see my games that this is in DraftKings order on my phone, and I in no way, shape, or form was able to manipulate this because I have the Chargers at the Patriots. Patriots are +5, over-unders 42.5. I am going to take the Chargers. I took them a pay dirt, and I'm taking them here. Let's ride with them. All right, G, you've got the Broncos +3.5 at the Bengals, over-under 50.
Give me the Broncos to cover.
Broncos to cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bo Nix, the second best rookie quarterback.
He's having a much better year than I think anybody would have predicted for sure.
Check down monster.
And he throws some deep balls too. He's check down monster and then throw the occasional 50-50 ball. Pay Cards +6.5 going to LA to play the Rams, over under 47.5.
The Cards have been eliminated from the playoffs. The Rams they're trying to hold on to the number 3 seed. I got the Rams by Tenzo.
Tenzo and Izzo. Tate, you have the Jets +10 going to Buffalo to face the Bills, over under 46.
I got the Jets to cover.
All right.
I mean, I think with Kansas City already winning the first place, not that Buffalo, it won't be as big a sense of urgency. They're kind of locked into the second position. Not that they won't play this week, but I think the Jets are going to be competitive and keep it within 10.
All right. I have the Cowboys +7.5 at the Eagles, over under 38. We've got no Jalen Hurts. The Dallas Cowboys on a little bit of a heater right now. Man, I love this when we took it at +9.5 on pay dirt. +7.5. I'm still going to take the hook. Give me the boys. Pay, you've got the Panthers +8 at the Bucks, over under 48.
Let me tell you something, man. I thought that line was going to go down a lot further when they called in that Hurts was out. I said it on pay dirt. I said, hey, get this now. Get this now.
I thought it would go down to about 6.
Yeah. To my surprise, they still think the Eagles are going to beat them by 7. Yeah, locking that in. All right, what was my game again?
Panthers +8 at the Bucks.
Panthers +8 at the Bucks. That line moved up 8 points. I got trust in Baker. Give me the Bucks to cover that 8. That's a lot. I hate taking lines that large though.
All right, G, you got the Colts at the Giants. Plus, the Giants are dogs by 7.5 points, over under 40. Who you got?
Colts cover.
I said it was chest.
Easy.
Tate, you've got the game of the week. The Raiders at the Saints. Saints +1.5, over under 38.
The Raiders at the Saints?
Yeah. It's tough.
So really, I'm just picking who I think is going to win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Saints, man. The Raiders got to stay in that Shador Bowl.
Saints it is. I've got the Titans +1 at the Jags, over under 39.5. Why do I care? I don't know. I have wide receivers on both these teams. Can I just take the over? I don't know. Give me the Jags. Who cares?
The Jags.
G, you got the Dolphins at the Browns. The Browns +6.5, over under 37.5. Who you got?
Well, the Browns are tanking. And so, but Miami's still got a playoff shot. So I think Miami's going to cover the game. So give me the Dolphins.
Another fun fact. It's going to be in the 50s in Cleveland in December.
Oh my God. He's never won a game. He's never 41 degrees or lower. He's never won a game.
So he's getting his wish here in Cleveland. He's getting a little bit of a warm front.
Yeah, he got opportunity. So yeah, give me Tua. But if you'd have told me that temperature was 41, loss.
All right, Pay. You got the You got the Packers plus 1.5 at the Vikings.
Don't be a hater, Pay.
46.5. Hate all
Don't
you
be a hater.
Hate away. Hate away.
Well, I mean, they're both division rivals, right? And I don't have any animus in my heart for the Minnesota Vikings. I do have enough animus in my heart to fill up all of Big G's work pants.
How about you about that big hat?
No doubt. That's no Diddy. That's no Diddy. That's no Diddy. You're talking about being in my work pants. No Diddy.
I got enough because I'm assuming.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
You got to chill.
I'm assuming Big G shops at the big and tall section. So I mean, I got enough hate to fill up his wardrobe. Just put it like that. With that being said, I got the Packers winning by 3.
Oh.
All right. The Pack is back.
It's in Minnesota or it's in Green Bay?
I believe it's in Green Bay.
It is in Minnesota.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll take the Pack to win by 3.
It was the Packers plus 1.5 at the Vikings. All right. Tate, you got the Dirty Birds, Atlanta Falcons, going to your backyard and playing the Commanders. The Falcons are 3.5-point dogs, over under 46.5.
The Falcons are 3-point dogs.
3.5.
3.5. I'll take the Commanders, man. Jaden Daniels is playing crazy, man. I picked up Michael Penix as my fancy quarterback since Jalen Hurts was hurt.
For what?
Well, because I'm playing for third place still.
There's a prize for that?
Not a prize, but I want to finish in third place.
It's called pride, Pay.
I don't play for pride.
No, it's integrity. It's integrity.
I don't play for that either.
Finish.
I don't play for that
Play
either.
to finish.
All right, I've got the last game, Monday night. Lions go to San Francisco to play 49ers. 49ers plus 3.5, over under 15.5. Tate, you want to say it for me?
3-1-3, Detroit over everybody.
That's right. Lions keep covering. I've expected them to slip. I have expected them to fall. I've expected them to lose. And they keep winning. It's wild. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's called being a good team.
It is. 53-man roster and great coaching.
All right. Well,
Grit.
We're hitting the time right now for break number 2. We're going to hear from our sponsors here for a short minute. Again, if you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll be right back after these messages from our partners. All right, so we are back, and we were just talking about fantasy football. Peeked its head in there right before we left.
Thank you. I do got something to say about fantasy football.
Let's talk about it.
Thanks for opening the floor. Everybody in the live chat, into my 3 co-hosts, I'm gonna just ask this question because maybe y'all feel different than me. Once you're eliminated from any type of prize or remuneration, you gotta stay out of the free agent pool. Like, none of those players are for you. You just set your lineup and keep moving. That's my take. That's my take.
Who in the free agent pool, Pay? Who in the free agent pool?
I'm in a couple of leagues. I'm gonna say no names. Where there's people who's been long eliminated, still making, pickups and drops. To me, that's too close to collusion. Stop. Just make it.
It's the free agent pool. They weren't on your team. I'd rather somebody play to the end because anything else messes up the integrity of the game.
Set your lineup. You're not playing for anything. Set your lineup and keep it moving. The free agent pool is for people who's still competing for actual prizes.
I gotta be honest with you. I've never thought about it. I may have done that. I don't know if I have or not. I do know that I picked in a league that I'm playing for my championship this week. Last week I did pick up 2 guys just because I didn't want one of the other 2 guys to pick them up.
See,
I had
you know what I
no
mean?
way of putting them on my team or playing them or whatever. I just no, you can't have them.
But if your season's still going on, that is fair game. But once you're eliminated, once you're playing in the 3rd place game, stay out of the pool. That's for the other 2 teams. They got to make moves.
I'm playing for the chip.
Well, once you play for
in that league, in our league, in the officially unofficial homies league, the blood. Well, I don't know what it is. Blood or no blood.
Don't call it the homies league because there's a lot of dudes in that league who ain't homies.
They're my homies.
Yes, the Tate's homies league.
Tate's homies.
But yeah, I was. Who am I playing this week? I don't even know.
Your season's over, so it doesn't matter.
No, he's the constellation game. You play to the end of the league.
I set my lineup.
That's all you got to do. You set
Jalen Hurts is not playing. I'm not taking a 0. I went to the free agency and I picked up a quarterback.
You get a ribbon. Congratulations on your ribbon.
Okay.
I know my league.
Happened to win last week. I got 200 points laid on my head, and Jalen Hurts got hurt in the first quarter.
I happen to win because I'm good at what I do.
I'm good too. I make the playoffs every year.
That's not true either.
That's not true. You did not do it last year.
I did do it last year.
You were in the playoffs last year.
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
I know my other league. I'm in the championship.
No, it was a year before that.
It was Russ's first year in Denver. I didn't make the playoffs.
Well, in my other league, I'm in the championship game. I dropped C.J. Stroud and picked up Matt Stafford. I dropped the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and picked up Seattle's defense. Thank God that I did, because I'm about to win the chip. Because all the rest of my dudes is coming through.
Good for you,
so
G.
When I'm in the championship game.
Good for you, G. I'm happy that you are actually winning somewhere in fantasy.
Yeah, I had JSN started for me, so I'm not feeling great.
Beautiful.
Not feeling great.
Oh yeah, he did not perform. But he had. This is not a fantasy. Well, this is kind of a fantasy conversation. Gee, Jackson Smith-Njigba he's finally coming into his own.
100 catches.
He's the number 1 receiver in Seattle going into next year.
Yeah, I told you 100 catches.
No, G. You told us he was the rookie of the year. He was not that.
Yeah. Well, he got 100 catches this year.
I finished 3rd place last year, not to make the playoffs.
No one cares about 3rd. Go on, G.
He's gonna have 100 catches this year. 100 catches, and all the Buckeye boys.
It was said I didn't make the playoffs. That's what was said. You want to talk your facts and all that? That was said.
You didn't make the playoffs the year before. We already got to that point.
No, you didn't get to it.
I said it already.
But as I was saying, the Buckeye boys, man, Marv is the only one that's got to get it together. Outside of that, all the rest of the Buckeye boys wide receivers is I think Marv got a trash quarterback. He might.
Guys, when I saw it was raining, I benched him. I totally forgot. So here's my lineup for my championship. I got Goff. I got Jennings from San Francisco. I got Ridley. I put in for him. I got Barkley, Gibbs, Laporta, Brian Thomas Jr., Bates, the kicker from Detroit, and the Chargers defense at New England.
Who playing quarterback?
Jared Goff.
You just said Goff.
A dub. That's a dub.
It's going to be close. My guys.
That's a dub, bro. That's a dub.
Though. My Chuba Hubbard being questionable, that's what he's got him. He's also got Chase, Addison, Stafford, Cook. Charbonnet gave him 10. He's got Bowers.
He's about to win.
Let's go Chuba Hubbard.
It's going to be close.
30-point game for Hubbard. That's
right now. I'm 51% on my projection.
Yeah, you about to win. That's a dub.
It's close.
Yeah, that's a dub.
All right. Enough fantasy football talk, huh?
We got another super chat, Peter.
Another super chat. Yeah. Danny Littlejohn. Is it possible Broncos or LA upset the Bills?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. I'm assuming
Josh Allen hand is busted up, bro.
I'm assuming he's talking about in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. So if you got to go to Buffalo and do what all they got to do, that's going to be tough. For one, Buffalo, their offensive coordinator, their play caller is not old boy from Miami anymore. I'm blanking on his name. Ken Dorsey.
And Dorsey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do not have any compunction about running the ball. If Josh Allen can't destroy you himself, he can give it to James Cook and he'll do it for him. It's gonna be tough. And that defense is young and they fly around with reckless abandon. They swarm the ball. That's gonna be tough for LA. LA's pace of play. I don't like calling them LA. The Chargers pace of play is kind of too. I don't think that pace of play travels well. And it's actually no. I take that
JK back.
Yeah, wait for that.
He back.
I just don't think if Buffalo gets out to a 7-point, 10-point lead, it's gonna be hard for the Chargers to make a comeback because based on their pace of play, they don't put up points to that magnitude. Same thing with the Broncos. You got a rookie quarterback going to the playoffs on a road. Easier things I've done than to win with that type of situation. But with that said, defense travels well. Both of those teams have good defenses.
You better believe it.
Right.
The Chargers for real.
Tim,
B-Dirt, I got to give your boy props. Go ahead.
Tim Lyons said Allen's left hand has been messed up since week 1. That ain't stopping him. Last week he banged up his right hand.
Correct. And B-Dirt, I'm gonna give props, man. Harbaugh, man, changed the culture for the Chargers, dog. Harbaugh and his squad, Minter and all them, they changed the culture. They got a culture out there, bro. Them boys are some dogs.
Yeah, he's a strange dude, but he's a good coach.
He set that culture. Mm-hmm. He set that and they about winning. They about winning. So I'm gonna give them their props.
All right. I did give you guys a little homework on NFL power rankings. Who actually did their homework? Everybody got it handy?
Is this the stocks up, stock down question?
No,
that was the only homework I did.
5-1 power ranking.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Who wants to start us off?
Big-G does.
Well, I gotta go first.
I mean, you haven't gone first yet, man.
All right, guys, you want me to go first? How about the host goes first? I did my homework.
I did my homework, but I don't want to go first.
I'll tell you right now, at 5, I've got a huge upset. And I'm going to tell you the reason why is because how this team has changed its defense since moving Kyle Hamilton back to free safety and the second highest passer rating since it became a stat.
I sure hope it's a different Kyle Hamilton than I know.
I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens.
What? Number 5?
Number 5. Number 5. Do you think that's too high or too low? You got them at 4? Okay. At 4, I have the Minnesota Vikings. I have questioned Sam Darnold all year, waited for that carriage to turn into a pumpkin. It continues not to be. So I have them at 4. At 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. Again, really good season. Josh Allen's been great. Sometimes I don't know if I should trust him or not. I really struggle with them at 3 or 2. At 2, I have the Detroit Lions. I expected them to lose some more games with all the defensive injuries they've had, and they keep winning, and that offense keeps clicking, even though they've lost running back. Gibbs has been playing great in his absence. So, and at 1, I haven't had them at 1 all season, but man, they just keep winning the Kansas City Chiefs. Can't say anything else about it. All right, we got a super chat here. Claude Bishop, the Bishop of the Matrix. The Steelers are going to play the Ratbirds or the Bills in the first round because they're going to lose to the Bengals.
No comment, Claude. You might be right, you might be wrong. We'll see. They got 10 days to prepare. The Bengals defense is horrible. We'll see.
All right, Pay. Did you get enough time to put your 5 together?
I already noticed 5. This is off the dome. So my number 5, I'm starting with the Buffalo Bills. Number 5 team. The only reason I have them at number 5, even though they have probably the MVP at quarterback, that same defense that I said, they're young and untested. The rest of that offense, they've been through the fires before. They've seen Pat Mahomes. They lost Pat Mahomes. They're hungry. The defense, they got rid of a lot of those vets. They got to prove it. Number 4, Minnesota Vikings. Same thing. They were projected to be a 6-win, 7-win team. I think they're playing above their head. Water eventually meets his level. I don't think that's going to happen for them. But the playoffs is a different breed. Sam Darnold.
Flores had them playing good D though too.
Flores has had them playing an amazing defense. They are very, very, very aggressive. Justin Jefferson, he's still a dog. And Sam Darnold, to my point, why they're number 4, Sam Darnold, you don't do anything without your quarterback. Save an outlier. The real Sam Darnold is going to be shown. He's going to make his free agent money once the calendar turns to January. But as of right now, that's why they're number 4. Number 3, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Listen, no one with a point differential like that deserves to be in a top 5 of power rankings, let alone top 3. But because they have Pat Mahomes, because they're the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions, and they're 13-1, I'm going to give them their respect. I'm going to put them in number 3. But I'm still thinking they are a little bit smoke and mirrors. I don't think they're definitely not going to three-peat. You can mark that. Number 2, I got the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're the hottest team in the NFL right now. Lamar, he's a dog. I think they've scored 30 points or more in each of the last 4 weeks. Last 4 games, rather. They had a bye in the last 4. So their offense, come playoff time, is going to be incredibly dangerous. If that offense continues to smoke the way it does, they are hard out. Lamar Jackson is playing his best ball of his season. That's crazy for somebody who already got 2, plays best ball of his career. And that's crazy to say about somebody who already has 2 in.
No Diddy.
What did I say?
I missed it.
Ball out.
We can't say ball out now. I didn't say.
I think if you say balls out, it might be bad. But ball out fine with me.
Yeah, it's not like I said rock
Sounds
out.
suspect.
Out.
You don't have to agree. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't say, I ain't gonna do the other one. Number 2, the Baltimore Ravens. They'll be a difficult out come playoff time. And their defense coming in, they're finding themselves at the right time. Number 1, the grit, America's team, the Detroit Lions. Listen, they've got 73 players on IR. It doesn't matter. They still collecting dubs. Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 5 wide receiver in the league. Jared Goff, he's putting all the haters to bed. So what? Call him sunshine. So what? I'm gonna get these dubs. Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't need my running back mate over there. I'm gonna get you these yards to your face by myself. Until somebody proves different, they're the class of the NFC. They're coming out that NFC conference.
All right, Tate. Or no, Big G, you up next?
Yep. Number 5, I got the Green Bay Packers. I think the Green Bay Packers is probably one of the hottest teams in the league. And I think that the Green Bay Packers got healthy at the right time.
Garbage.
I think you can say it all you want to. You're just a hater. So, but the Green Bay Packers got healthy at the right time. I think we saw the preview of Jordan Love last year, what he did moving into the playoffs and how he got hot down the stretch. He's playing that same type of football. They got healthy on defense. They got healthy at wide receiver. They're going to be hard to beat. And they got Josh Jacobs now, which they didn't have last year. They can run the ball.
Fecal
the Packers, you can say it all you want to. The Packers is, how about those Bears? So I say the Green Bay Packers number 5.
Toilet
number 4.
All that fecal matter is running south right into.
Yeah, he's just biased. He's just biased. Number 4 is I got the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions, if they wouldn't have had injuries, right now would be my number 1 team. I think their 53-man roster is outstanding. I think Campbell, their coach, should be the coach of the year.
Stop. I got to stop you right here. If you have the Philadelphia Eagles ahead of the Detroit Lions, we're going to fight in the streets. Keep going. Keep going.
Get ready. Get ready. Katie bar the door.
I know you. See, I know you. I know you.
Yeah,
You're
the Detroit Lions
delusional.
is the Detroit Lions is number 4. Minus injuries, they'd be number 1, but they're not. I don't think they can make the run to the bowl without having all the players that they need. And they have too many injuries at critical positions. They're a great coaching staff. Campbell should win Coach of the Year. I mean, this dude is on fire. But I got him number 4. Number 3, I got the Buffalo Bills. The reason I have the Buffalo Bills at number 3 is because Josh Allen is the top 3 quarterback. And come playoffs, the number one thing you got to have is a quarterback. You got to have a quarterback. And Josh Allen is that guy. He's a top 3 quarterback in the league. They got a young defense. We'll just see how they do because it looks like, matter of fact, I know they're going to have to travel to Kansas City to beat them. So if they can go in the playoffs and go to Kansas City and beat them, Buffalo, it probably would be the team to beat in the Super Bowl. Number 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Unlike other people, and I know the refs helped them, and I know all that. But look what they got for weapons, bro. They got Hollywood Brown.
Weapons.
Let me run it down to you. They got Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, D-Hop, Travis Kelce, Hunt, and Pacheco. Their offense, where they're suffering is their offensive line
for 2018.
Yeah, that's a good team. And defensively, they have actually a very good team. They showed me how good defensively they are, minus their best player. They still were able to get pressure on the quarterback. Chris Jones didn't play it down. They made Pittsburgh look like their little brother. So I got Kansas City number 2. And number 1, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have what the Pittsburgh Steelers aspire to become. They built a bully. On the offensive line and on the defensive line, they have built monsters. Their one weakness last year was their cornerbacks. What'd you go out and do? Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Now what?
I got a question.
They got everything, and then they add Saquon Barkley on top of that.
Can I get mine in? Then we talk about whatever all the questions are.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tate. I'm done with mine.
So at number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. At number 4, I have the Minnesota Vikings. At number 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. At number 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 1, and I was waiting for somebody to put some respect on their name, the Philadelphia Eagles, who lost last week because their starting quarterback got hurt in the first quarter. Otherwise, they had the same record as the Lions,
Facts.
as the Vikings, and they've beaten Baltimore, they've beaten Green Bay this season. I mean, I got Philadelphia number 1. I think that run game with Jalen Hurts is in there with Saquon, hard to stop. They got 2 great threats on the outside. They got one of the top 3 offensive line. They probably got the top defensive line in the league. And their secondary has come to play. Slay is balling out.
Yeah. Slay, Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, killing. They're out there killing them.
So now, open the floor for questions. That's what you do.
I missed the Baltimore Ravens in your top 5, G.
I didn't have the Ravens in my top 5.
Okay. So
I had Green Bay, Detroit, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia.
I thought it was just all the teams that gave a three-game losing streak for the Steelers. I thought you had all them in the top 3. My bad.
No, I didn't.
So it's just those 2 that made Pittsburgh like little brothers.
Baltimore number 6. To me, Baltimore number 6.
I agree with that. I put them in 5. I mean, Pittsburgh won 8 out of 10 against Baltimore. Baltimore won, but Baltimore's known.
Pittsburgh ain't won a game in 3 weeks. So
Baltimore beat the Giants and they beat us. Yeah. So
I mean, one hand, Baltimore won 8. They've won 8 out of 10, which years ago, and then you got. I ain't won a game in a month, damn near a month. I mean, I don't know which one is heavier. I don't know.
Philadelphia, every team that I put in front of Baltimore would beat them. If Baltimore plays Kansas City or Buffalo in the playoffs, they're going to lose.
But Baltimore's beat the hell out of Buffalo this season. So
if they play Buffalo or Kansas City in the playoffs, they're going to lose.
Oh, okay, but the last time you seen them play each other, they got the hell. They got the
and there's 3 teams in the NFC that's better than them.
Okay, but
I don't know.
what's Lamar's record against the NFC? They did get beat by
He
Philadelphia.
took one of the losses to Philly, a bad one.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. They lost to Philly.
I think
Detroit
Jalen
will beat
Hurts
them
played
down.
that game too. I think Jalen Hurts played
They
that
played
game.
Detroit last year, and he beat the hell out of Detroit.
Detroit would beat the hell out of them this year.
I don't. Okay.
And if Green Bay caught them in Green Bay, they beat
better
the hell
this
out of
year.
them again. They beat the hell out of them.
Okay.
No.
All right. I think you're just saying that. It just because and I tell this to Tiff, one of my co-hosts on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fans. I tell this to Tiff all the time. Just because you talk louder doesn't mean you're right.
Don't mean you're right neither.
Oh,
you love
you have nothing to back up what you're saying. I just told you they beat
the Packers would beat Baltimore head up.
I know they're wrong.
I'm with Big G on this one.
You a hater? That's why.
I'm with Big G on this one. I'm just gonna remind everybody. Pay is elevating all his good takes, but he also picked Chicago Bears to make the playoffs and win 10 games. He did that. So he's
a Green Bay Packer hater, and he hates the Green Bay Packers.
That's true.
So that's bias.
All three of those things are correct. The Bears are not who I thought they were, and the Packers are still trash.
Hey, B-Dirt, before you put a train back, last thing I want to say is going back to fantasy football. I've been in the playoffs 6 out the last 7 years. I only went back 7 years. So that Russ first season in Denver, the only season I missed, I got like 3 or 4 third place finishes, 1 championship. That same time, Pay, you've been out the playoffs a couple of times and you got 2 championships. We both got 2 championships. You can get your third this week.
I haven't missed the playoffs since we started playing for money. Like I said, I don't play for pride.
We've been playing for money.
No, we only started playing for money 5 years ago. I don't play for ribbons.
We went up 5 years ago. And you didn't make it 5 years ago. I just looked at him. I went down 7 years.
Whenever my first ring was, that's the year we started playing for bread. I don't play for ribbons. I only play for money.
We've been playing for we doubled the money, but we always play for money.
That's not true.
That is true. Very true. Ask anybody. I wouldn't play no league for free.
I'm in the league. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't play no league for free. We doubled it that year, maybe.
That's it. Okay, I'll prove that off here.
Please prove it.
All right. So I'm gonna listen. Each one of you get your closing comments. Tate, if you remember back a few weeks ago, I had a popcorn. We're talking to you about Tate popping off and how I wanted to make that segment and get that sponsorship in here. I'm going to let you pop off about something. I know you normally don't have anything ready to go, so I'm going to let you think about it while I give Big G. Do you have any gas to throw on the fire here? Have you spent it all? Do you have a Big G's burner? Or have you said all your outlandish comments already?
Nope. It ain't outlandish. But I'll tell you what, Jeremiah Smith, like I told y'all, it was that guy. I've told you already, he's that guy.
You had a receipt saying he was going to be a first-team All-American. You came close. He was second team.
Jeremiah Smith, if he was in the draft, Todd McShaden already said it. I think some other guys are going to come out and said it. If he was in the draft this year, he'd go number 1 overall.
I said
Jeremiah Smith is a beast. He's a beast. So he's different. He's unlike any kid we've ever seen at the college level, maybe minus Randy Moss. Minus Randy Moss, he's probably at wide receiver. He's right there with every receiver that's ever played at the collegiate level. So I'm looking forward to what Jeremiah Smith is going to do this next week coming up. And I'm telling you right now, Buckeyes by 10. Buckeyes by 10 over Oregon. Book it. Buckeyes by 10.
All right. Tate, you got something to pop off about?
Not really, man. Funny thing is, since I got out of the hospital, man, I haven't been eating popcorn. I had like
I know, that's what you said.
Yeah,
that's what you said. I told you to keep that under wraps so we can still get a sponsorship. I'll eat popcorn for you. I'll eat the popcorn for you. You just gotta have some bags in the background.
Yeah, man. For 7 years, I was just like skinny pop was a thing for me, man. But since I've been out of the hospital, I probably had half a bag, and that was early on. I haven't eaten any in the past month at all. The bags were in the cabinet, and I had quite a few because I stocked up on them. My wife has gone through those, and the dogs love it. Do your dogs like popcorn?
I don't feed it to them.
Oh, okay. I drop throw handfuls on the floor. They eat it up, especially Harlem. But nah, man, nothing to really pop off about, man. Just I'm I'm here for the facts. I don't always hear true facts on this show. Sometimes I do. I think some guys get emotional in their takes and their perspectives. So if I'm popping off by anything, it's just let's keep it factual, man. Let's keep it factual. That's it.
All right, good take. I'm gonna let Pay say it with his chest to take us to the break. I'm gonna give my little doing you dirty. I'm gonna do some haters dirty that I heard out there chirping this year about Joe Mixon and the Bengals letting him go. What a terrible mistake it was, and all that kind of jazz. I'm gonna give you some through last week's numbers. Chase Brown had 923 yards rushing. Joe Mixon had 967 yards rushing. Chase Brown's averaging 4.4 yards a carry. Joe Mixon, 4.2 yards a carry. Chase Brown has 1,259 total yards. Joe Mixon has 1,258 total yards. Chase Brown has 11 touchdowns. And Joe Mixon has 12 touchdowns. And I will let the defense rest at this. Chase Brown got his first start in week 9. I think they did a pretty good job of letting Joe Mixon move on and getting a 7th round draft choice out of that. He didn't fit our offense. It wasn't that he was a bad player. It's just that the way Zach Taylor likes to run that stretch run, he's more of a get a 7 yards deep, run downhill, make one cut.
Screen game, too. Screen game.
And the screen game's been really good for Chase Brown. Pay knows what Chase Brown can do for you on your fantasy team as well. Ran into that buzzsaw this year. All right. Pay obviously did not want to say it with his chest because he just left.
He says something up there is talking about the Xmas miracle. The NFL season is ending. What the heck is that? He might have. I think he got dropped for a second with his Wi-Fi, because I seen it start spinning and I was like, man, where'd he go? And then this came back up.
He gone. All right, fellas. I'm assuming Sunday's the next time we can catch you guys. Big G, you want to tell us what you got going on?
Yep. Thank you guys for rocking with us on the Homies Overtime Podcast. You'll see us Sunday on the Know It Alls Podcast. Me, Tate Boy Fresh, and Mod. We got to do some facts checking over there with Mod, man, because there's some big trash going on over there, especially now that the Dallas Cowboys have been eliminated from the playoffs, because he has nothing less but the Longhorns. So we'll see what he's got going on come Sunday. Monday, the No Cap Recap, me, Pay, and Tate will be on for the week to last for the last NFL games of the season. So check us out Monday night. Early Monday, I'll be on with the Level Up College Football Podcast. We are doing the preview for the college football games coming up this week, Wednesday, or starting on Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to be a great week.
Games heat up this week too, G.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the format for the playoff. And even though I don't approve with who's there playing what, I think they should be reseeded. The games definitely will be more competitive than they were last week. Then we'll be back next week on Wednesday for Pump Your Brakes. We didn't have a show this week because of the holiday and the Steelers game. We'll be back on Wednesday for Pump Your Brakes, and then we start this thing all over again, bro.
All right, we got
another
super chat. We got a super chat here from Claude Bishop. He says, Big G, if Tomlin was signed, yet, would you, if he was not signed yet, is what it means. Big G, if Tomlin was not signed yet, would you give him an extension after this season?
No. But he's already done, so it's water under the bridge. He'd have to go in. There was no reason to give him one. So he'd have to go in the next year and we negotiate it through. But I wouldn't have. And I'm not saying Tomlin's a trash coach. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. But there's a lot of things going on in Pittsburgh. So no, I would have waited a year. Me personally.
Just time for a new voice, you think?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Shout out, no free shout outs. It was Mod say if ifs were fifths,
we'd all be drunk.
Tate, tell everybody where they can find you. You got some basketball stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, the That's Rather Cavalier podcast. We do a weekly show with Pay and the Bleachers and Speakers guys, June and B Foster. Some of Pay's crew is on there. Got a couple Indiana Pacers representatives. It's called the Central Showdown. We talk about NBA Central Division basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Cavs, the Pistons, the Bulls, and the Pacers. So that's on Monday. Mondays at 7 on various channels. Some weeks the Know It All, some weeks is on those other guys' channels. But check it out if you're ready to get into some basketball. Like Big G said, on everything else for me, Wednesdays Pump Your Brakes with Shannon. Friday I'm back here. Been doing here and there stuff with the Command Time podcast, watching the Commanders crew. Not in a total routine yet. We've done one or two things every week, but till those guys develop a routine, we don't have any consistency as far as when we'll play. We'll probably do a post game after the game on Sunday. But yeah, that's about it, man. I'm out here. I'm not in the streets like Big G. I'm just in the cut. I'm in the cut.
That no cap recap Monday night after a game, man. Whew. Not for the faint of heart, man. I got to catch that on Tuesday morning.
Well,
I can't stay up that late.
Yeah, it's on the Know It All's YouTube live, but it plays on your ride home from work on Tuesday on the audio.
Perfect. Looks like we've lost Pay, but I will say this: what he's doing on the NFC roundtable.
How can y'all not see me? What?
We can't see you, bro.
You've been out there.
We've been thinking you've been gone.
So you said something. Yeah, your screen just black.
We've been talking about you. Well, I was getting ready to compliment you before you cut me off. I'm just saying, if you haven't been checking out the NFC roundtable, NFC North roundtable, you're doing some good stuff over there, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Do you have something to say with your chest? Do you have some closing comments?
My only comment was rest in peace, Brian. Not Brian Gumbel, but Greg
Gumbel.
Yeah, one of the GOATs and in this sportcasting lane.
Facts.
He's one of my favorites. My favorite sports show growing up was Sports Reporters on ESPN, Sunday mornings on ESPN.
Yeah,
but I never missed a Real Sports on HBO. Brian Gumbel is definitely going to be missed.
But Brian Gumbel is not Greg Gumbel.
I'm sorry, Greg. I keep saying Brian Gumbel. Greg Gumbel is definitely going to be missed. He helped shape how I view sports and how I think about athletes in a full 360 spectrum. So rest in peace, and all prayers to the Gumbel family.
Nice shout out, because he was a legend. I grew up on Greg Gumbel, being the host of NFL Today and everything else. So shout out to him.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Well said. Hey, happy holidays to everybody. Hope everybody is celebrating whatever you celebrate the right way, enjoying friends and family. And man, we won't be back. Let's see. It'll be a new year. Next time we're back. So we'll see you guys next year.
And we got college football playoffs to talk about.
That's right. All right, Pay, you gonna take us out?
I'm sorry, Brian. I ain't mean to put you in the grave with your brother. Arrest all the Packers. They trash.